Hello, Elizabeth Ellis here with Tradeflix Incorporated. About to look at the market, looking at Euro USD. Hey Robert, how you doing? Okay, so it's pretty clear that we're in a downtrend, and what that means is that basically we're going to wait for the 1 minute chart to pop up at least once or twice, or even cross. So we're looking for the blue line to cross the green line. Where it is right now on the indicator, it's more likely to go up. If it were to cross where it is right now, it would be a more risky trade because it's so close to the it's so extended into this support. It's dropped so far, so it kind of needs to bounce up a little bit to make some room so that it can come back down. So as long as the 5 minute chart is still pointed down, along with these other charts all still moving in favor, then we'll go ahead and sell it. And this green one on the 5 minute chart, I don't know if you saw that, but it just kind of curled over a little bit. So I'm kind of looking for this to come down below the low, below the previous low on the chart. It doesn't have to, but most likely there's a really good chance that it will. When this green line is sloping up like it is sloping now, you can see how price isn't dropping, so it's sort of holding it up. But once the blue line crosses, then it'll be able to drop. And once it's sloping up, we can take the first cross, but because it's so low, most likely it'll fail and then give a buy signal, and then most likely it would cross, and then that would be the signal. So it kind of, if you look at the blue line, it kind of sloped over a little bit, like right here on this candle. This red candle or the candle before it, it kind of sloped over a little bit. So I'm looking at these green lines and, or at these green candles, and this is pretty much a failure to the downside, but I know we're downtrending, so I'm just going to ignore it. And the moving average is coming down, so once price touches that green candle or that moving average, then most likely I expect to see price drop from there. Because sometimes what will happen after it breaks out like this is you'll see how, kind of like with this big red candle right here, it kind of went sideways for about 5 minutes or so, and it kind of went into the moving average with this green candle, and the next candle dropped, and then price pretty much continued to drop from there. So that's kind of what it's doing right here. One thing though is that on the 5-minute chart, it's now hooked up. That doesn't mean that price is going to go up, but it is a buy signal when you have that high, lower high, high, higher high. So high, lower high on the chart, high, higher high on the indicator. When it comes back down, then it's a buy. But the 15 is pointed down, the 30 is pointed down, the 1 hour is pointed down, the 4 hours pointed down. So everything is saying sell. So I'll keep my eye on, like we can see the price is dropping right here. This moving average, it pretty much touched it and it's dropping here. The indicator is hooking, it's inflecting right here, and the 5-minute is starting to flatten out. So if you wanted to sell it right here, There's 53 seconds left to get in, and there's a really good chance that this is going to cross through because the 5 minute backed up and everything is saying sell. So you can sell it here, or we can wait until we can just watch it for the next trade, because it is kind of going flat here, but this moving average is holding it down. So I really don't see it going above that moving average. And the moving average is mostly pointed down. The indicator's hooked over. I'm going to go ahead and sell it right here. But this honestly would be a little bit premature. It hasn't crossed. But I know we're downtrending. Okay, so I didn't have time to get into that one. So if I went ahead and entered now for the next trade, I would be a little bit early. I see prices rejecting, I see the candles rejecting lower prices. Well, it's dropping now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to enter right now for the next trade. So for the 30, I'm entering, and I hope that I'm not entering early. I can see price is bouncing off the support, but I know that we're downtrending, and most likely this green line on the blue indicator is going to come further down before price heads back higher, or tries to go sideways on the 5 minute chart. There was a cross on the 1 minute chart too, so the only thing about it is the cross was so close to support that we kind of see price, it's not really dropping much. So and the indicator, the moving average is kind of flat right here. If you look at the 5 minute, the 5 minute kind of flattened out and kind of leaned over. So I don't see us getting much higher than where we are right now. I don't see us getting higher than that level. And I really see us staying below this level. In an uptrend, this would be a really strong signal to buy, but we're not uptrending, so you can see how price it doesn't have the momentum behind it. Something else that I've noticed is that when the 5-minute chart is so far away from the moving average on the 5-minute chart, it's going to, it has a lot of room to head into the moving average, and since it's over here, extended into this oversold region, it's more likely to come back up. There's a bit of a hinge on the 15-minute chart. So really the best place to have traded this would have been right here on this big candle, or especially right here when the blue line headed up and then turned back. So this next big red candle, And that's really the best place to take the next 4 expiries. Once we get all the way down here to support, the blue one, the 5-minute chart, the blue line on the 5-minute chart, it's already in this region, so it's more likely to come back up. And we can kind of see here that, you know, price is, support is holding the price above this level, and it's not really letting it drop. Once this blue line crosses through the green line, which it's very close to doing that, as long as this blue line is underneath the green line on the 5-minute chart, we're still downtrending. So you can sell right here, because price has tried many times to, you know, it hasn't crossed this this resistance level. So right here is going to be a good place to sell. Right here is a really good place to sell, because if we are still downtrending, we have plenty of room to go to the to drop price. So I'm in kind of late. Well, like yesterday when I entered and I didn't let the candle close. As it was getting ready to close, the candle backed up, and that was enough that had I waited for it to back up, I would have won the trade. But because I didn't wait, you see, so there's a difference in, you know, getting in right away and actually giving the candle time to, you know, to close and then getting in. So when I said I was late, the candle actually hadn't closed yet. So this green line, most likely it's going to come further down, because we are downtrending. So I expect to see it come below this dash line and even lower possibly. So what that basically means is that we have momentum behind that move. We have acceleration. So we won't really see price bounce back up. It's going to continue to move into the trending region from that cross right there, which happened on that big red candle. And you can see that we have a prices below the low, prices below the previous low. So that's what I mean by price continued into the trending region, which was a downtrend. So it's continued to trend even further down. So we have about a minute left. So you can see that on the 5-minute chart, the green line, it did come down and it has made a lower low than the previous low right here. And as it gets closer to this blue line, as that blue line gets closer to that green line, it gets to where it is more likely to cross that green line, and once it crosses, then it has the potential to go sideways on the chart or even break out at that level. Like if it crossed right now, it would be giving a buy signal because it's a low, lower low on the chart, and then it would be a low, higher low on the indicator. So that trade just closed. Did you win? I think this is being recorded. I may not have pushed record. Yeah, those trades won. So I'm pretty sure if you entered, Robert, if you entered, then you would have won that.